Hi from Colorado.
I'm so excited to have
Hi.
Kelley Cortner. Oh my gosh, we're so thrilled that you could take a minute. You busy
Yeah,
woman. You busy
I'm
woman.
busy.
Hey everybody, I'm Mel and I want to welcome you to our video interview where we gather top professional real estate agents and coaches so they can share valuable tips and strategies for agent success. Whether you're a team member, solo agent, new agent, or seasoned professional looking to take your business to the next level, we're here for you. So we hope you like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you get notified with each new video to help you close more deals, help more clients, use systems, and leverage agent talent to grow your own real estate business.
I'm tired. I was showing a new build client and we all want like a lot of options, right? A lot of people want options and they
Right.
just released over 100 houses that are already complete. Nowadays, back in the day, we used to have you go to a community and there's like 10 model homes and these are the types and then you build your home.
Right.
Well, within the last couple days of the or couple months, years of the market, it's here's your in the space email of your home because you don't even get a model to look at, right? You're just buying something that is, you hope you like it because there really isn't a lot of options. Well, this developer has 100 homes available, ready to move in, and so we're going through. My girl likes gray cabinets, but they don't have them organized. So we are going into every house of the floor plan sheet. There's 4 different floor plans, 4 different types. So then it's like a Russian roulette, and we're going house to house to house to house. We like this and this and this and this. And of course, they're all different prices. So it's been a very busy day, but I have very happy clients that will get the house they get. And I like that they get to choose. It's a little bit harder on us real estate
Yeah.
agents that are out there because
Yep.
it is a lot of options, but I prefer it. Let's let our clients pick what they want instead of this is what you get, you
Yep.
know?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's kind of turned a little, hasn't it? It
Yeah.
kind of turned a little in the favor of buyers. And
Yeah.
but I don't know what you're seeing, but even though those areas in Phoenix Metro, the outskirt areas are softer markets, and the buyers are enticed to come more, and they're actually um, getting a better deal, I should say,
Yeah.
because it's more of a buyer's market in those
Yeah.
outskirt areas because of all the development going on. And people have to understand it's just because of supply and demand, right? It's you got more
Yeah.
supply, you're gonna have to compete more with one another. It's great for buyers,
It
but
really is. It
mm,
really is. I'm enjoying this type of shift, but I also have buyers that can't afford the market still. We're in that situation where what
same
can you
here.
give us? We need 10,000 in concessions to lower the fees, and new builds are the way to go here right now. They're offering $50,000. It's funny. $50,000 less. Like let's just say a 479 house.
Yeah,
They're selling it for $50,000 less. So they're making you feel you're getting a deal, but I'm thinking, do you really get a deal or is that really what it's worth? You know?
yeah, yeah, right. So,
Mm.
and are they throwing in incentives on top of that, or just
$30,000 on incentives on top of that. So, that's a lot of money. And someone who might have a car payment, let's just say $18,000 car payment, they now can do that. But the problem is it's a little sketchy. They're not as clear. I'm like, oh, okay, we get 50 grand plus 30. No, they've already used most of that 30 to buy down the rate to do a 2-1 buy down. So they make you, it's at the end of the day, it's the same money. It's just where they put that money.
yeah,
If you pay
right.
off your car and your car was $600 a month, is that the best deal? I don't know. You just had a car payment for only 4 more years, and then you don't have that $600 a month, and now you have a house payment for 30 years. We have to run all numbers. We always have to inform our clients.
Good.
What does that mean? Do you have a now savings of $600, but you now have a $300 house payment for the next 30 years extra? I will always discuss all that with them.
Good. That's
Yeah.
excellent info. That okay, that's tip number one. To Tip number one is to go over all the
All options. What's it look like? My cousin, we actually were buying him a house, and he's saying, do I want to buy down the rate? And the rate buying down is maybe $10,000. Well, are you going to be here for 2 years or 30 years? Because if you take your $10,000 and you divide the savings of $200 a month, how about we divide how many months that is? 200 divided by, 10 grand. Is it 5 years and you're only going to be here for 2 years? Maybe not the best bet to put all your money in one spot.
Yeah.
So
Right.
tip number one, all options, and they're everywhere. Everybody is unique and has to have their own thing that works for themselves and their family. And, we have to
Yeah.
talk about this because we want to make sure they make smart choices and aren't calling us because they're losing their house.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yep. So
Mhm.
that's the thing that we're seeing right now. And the only reason Mark did one about short sales, I interviewed him and got him to agree to interview, and he
Yeah.
talked about short sales. I know, it's so good, so good. It's the most viewed video so far because
Yeah.
it's information that people aren't familiar with right now because we haven't had to deal with short sales.
Yeah.
However, we purchased a short sale to fix up as late as, I mean, just as recent as 2016. We
And so they're
purchased them.
already back. They're already back. And the one I just mentioned, my cousin, it's a short sale.
Is that right?
So yes. And his reservation right now is, do I pay 2,200 or 2,300? That's what we're deciding. And I'm sad to say he might decide to rent for 2,000 instead of buying for 2,300. And that's his own preference. It hurts my heart because I sell houses, right? And I see the investment, but it has to work. I'm not going to persuade my cousin to buy into something he's not comfortable with.
Exactly.
So we looked at our options, and I'm going to go on that tangent of the short sale. What I'm seeing here, 2019, 20, 21, we were in a market where interest rates dropped, right? They were like 2%, 3%. Someone who was going to qualify for a $300,000 home can now qualify at that time $400,000 home. So what happened is these people should have bought the $300,000 home and had a lesser payment. We'd all be sitting prettier.
Mhm.
But what we're seeing in this market in Colorado Springs is they overspent $100,000. Maybe their payment was the same, but they got a bigger house, higher taxes, more utilities. Everything is like a lot. And at the time, we were doing a lot of appraisal gaps. So they might have borrowed money from parents or took out their savings of 10 grand, right? So what we're seeing is these short sales are people who are in the last couple years because they overspent their money. It's not that their house was not worth it, but they spent too much of their own comfortable amount of money that they should have done. Mm-hmm. So it's unfortunate, and I see it's going to happen more often.
Yeah. And what I like is that you are always so conscientious about, and I know some agents that say, hey, well, if you want the house, you're going to have to do this. You can't be doing stuff like that. You're going to have to say, could be the consequence, right? And that's the way you talk with people. What is your goal, your long-term goal? Because this could be the consequence of that,
And I think I have a personal reason because I lost a house in 2008 myself. So I don't want anybody to be in that situation.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to do what I did, learn from my mistakes. And all I can do is help you make a better informed decision. It's not my decision, but you're definitely going to get my opinion. And when I hear them talk about stuff, we're going to talk about it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. That's so good. So tip number 2 is don't be afraid to paint a not so good picture, like the worst case analysis, right?
Right.
This is a worst case analysis. I don't want to freak you out, but
I don't want to freak you out, but I don't want you calling me. So I want my reputation to stay great.
Right.
I don't want you calling me that I talked you into something. If anything, I actually talk you out of it. Sorry, but hey, I'd rather it's not the right time than in a couple months you are struggling and we have to have that conversation on what we're going to do next.
Right. Well, hey, that's why you're so extremely busy, because people have that confidence that you're taking care of them. And they're going to refer like, oh my gosh, you must get so many referrals. You are like you're one
my
of the
calculator on my phone.
I know in this collaboration group. You are
my calculator on my phone is always open when I'm walking through a house, and I'm like, okay, this is your payment. It's not my job to tell, and I'm not like a lender. Of course, I'm not like telling that stuff, but I'm on the phone with the lender while we're walking through the house. We're talking about taxes. We're talking about payments. We're talking about all of this stuff. And if I can supply utility bills, I also do that because we need to know. I just feel like the more you know, the better decision, and the more they trust you. The more questions they ask, and I can answer, or I don't know the answer, I find it out. Like I have a client right now about to buy a house and thinking about subdividing it, and it can possibly be subdivision. It's not in the HOA. It's a possibility, but what I tell them is, hey, you got to add another well, you got to add a septic, you got to make sure that it can build. This can take a lot of time and money. And at the end of the day, the county can still say no. So I will never say, yeah, you can subdivide and that's it. No, because then they can come back to me and say, you said I can. No, I said it's black and white. You need to do the research. I mean, I'll help along the way, but at the end of the day, we never know. And you're buying on I'm not sure. So just make sure that you know when you buy, this is because someone else could say, yeah, you can subdivide, walk away. A couple of years later, they were so mad at you because you said you could, which is not true. I don't know if you could, but it's not a definite no.
Right.
But moving forward, and that could hurt the deal. They can choose not to. And some agents would say, oh yeah, get their paycheck and move forward. But I want you to know that my biggest goal is to make sure you make the best decision because I've given you all the options to look for the answer if I don't know them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That I would much rather have a good relationship and be on the cautious side. And, that's why we don't have people with regrets from last year. We don't. I mean,
no.
I hear about all the people with buyer regrets out there, but we never pushed anybody over, what they should buy, over the limit. Never. And I'm really proud of that. And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of agents out there, kind of, hammering on agents and the negative news kind of YouTubers. And they're really ragging on like everything's a pretty picture. Like most agents, we don't paint a pretty picture. We paint like a clear
reality.
Reality. Yeah, because we've been there and done that and been through it. And
I think that's our collaboration group.
I
think that's why it's a learning. It's like we talk once a week about this and we say, what do we got? And it's not it can be a complaining session, but it's always I get so much out of it because it's all across the country. So I like to know it's important that we know what's going on across the country. I need to know, Mel, what's in your area, your Phoenix metro area, what is there, right? Because honestly, I think being a part of that group helps us realize the shift is coming quicker. I think we have a little bit more insight. Like how's your market? How's your market? How's your market? We're not just sitting here in one little city and all collaborating together in the same little city. Yeah. It helps so much to have that big group of everybody pouring in and helping us. And then also opinions, your background in appraising, how many years do we have all together? I don't even know now.
Hundreds.
Transactions and all of that helps us. I think it just makes us all better agents. And the proof is in the pie when we look at how well we're doing.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, we do. We have, I think, some of the most solid agents in there. I don't even care if they're newer because they have tapped into years of mentors and coaches and top agents that have been around a long time and don't paint just a pretty picture, but say, okay, here's reality, what to watch for. And I love that. I love that about collaborating with you guys. So that's interesting that you're seeing the same kind of thing up in Colorado as here in Arizona.
I am.
And is it spotty? The same thing? Is it spotty? Like we had two great properties. One was really renovated. And so we had a big open house and we got an offer within the first couple of weeks. And then we had another one, it was on the golf course, and another one, a listing on the golf course. Great locations. And they sold within a couple of weeks. Then we have ones on the outskirts where we comped it out and everything seemed like this is a good price. So slow. Such pushback. And the things that are selling are the new builds.
Listen, my cousin's is the short sell and it would be like $375. Okay. And that's pretty affordable. And the new builds are $450, right? But the incentives that they're giving is better than the $375. So some people, it's like why?
Resales. The seller can't do that.
So what I'm seeing and what I have done, everyone loves listings. Listings suck right now. I'll tell you that right now. I'm blown away that because of the competition out there and against the new builds and against the older homes that have a little bit more equity, they can give a little bit more. My newer listings are hard to move because there's one right down the street that's brand new. My resale listings that are new, our clients have kind of lost money because the model homes can drop 60 grand in a day and then it just changes all the comps. And then the people who are selling their homes, they don't have a lot of wiggle room to help the new buyer maybe buy down the rate. So I think it's definitely, we're seeing it here too. We are seeing that they are, oh, my kids are here. Oh, okay. I'm in a meeting. You're not coming here. I'm in a meeting. I heard you. We got to go get you a haircut then.
Okay. So just one more tip from you and I'll let you go. Because tip 3, I think that's a great one right now. So timely to prep home sellers about the reality that they're going to be, if they really want to sell, they're going to either be wasting their time or your time unless they get serious about the competition down the street. That's a upgraded, newer home.
Listen, I have to say, tip 3, listen to your agent. Listen to the advice of your agent. Let me tell you a scenario.
Yeah.
I have a client that we listed her house and love her. She listed her house to buy a new house. She has to sell her house in order to buy a new house. Okay. Her house is worth the price, but there was bigger and better one. I feel like I hear people. There was bigger and better ones it's a ranch and there's a 2-story for cheaper. Now, I guess it depends on if you're a rancher, you want the ranch, you're not going to look at a 2-story, but in our demographics of military don't care about a ranch. They care about square footage, resale, price, right? All these threes come involved in it. So in my opinion, it's a little overpriced and I prepped her with it. Did I lose your internet? Okay. So basically the house is worth the value, but when you see around the area, it's not worth it because it's overpriced per square footage because it's a ranch, desirable, but if it's a small ranch, same. So the point is we just finally dropped it to where I think it should have been, but she didn't want to, and that's okay. You can do what you want, but if you don't sell it, it doesn't help, right? So what can we do? So continue that open communication with your agent, trust your agent, because we just dropped it $30,000. Okay. Now, had we not dropped it 30 grand, we could have done the price and done $10,000 in incentives, right? There's so many different options and you have to know all the options and trust your agent because she may not get the new house because we have a very limited time to sell it and it may not sell. And had we done from the beginning, and it's not like I don't tell you what to do or help guide you. It's you have to be ready. And now she's ready, right? But at the end of the day, we can walk in and say, we know what to do. But at the end of the day, it is the client's choice, right? We go into listings all the time. I want to sell your house and then they want to go for more, which is fine. We do it. We do what you tell us to do. And then we tell you, listen to us. Mm-hmm. You know, we try to say, listen to us first, but you're not going to do it. So then let's just go ahead and, and if you guys listen to us first, we would save time and probably you money because you're not paying another house payment. So
exactly.
Tip number 3, listen to your agent. I think that's
tip number 3, listen to your agent. And if you've got a good reputation and those people have gotten you from a referral partner, they know to trust you. They know you're going to do the best. And that doesn't even make sense that we would want to cut a listing price because we would get paid probably more.
Okay, so listen to your agent. Listen to your agent and price matters. That's tip number 3.
Price matters. It's such a true statement right now. Price matters.
At the end of the day, everyone says, at the end of the day, open houses don't matter. Of course, we get buyers from open houses, but at the end of the day, price matters. Yeah. That is the key. And, of course, having a great agent matters too.
That's right.
Great communication. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, if your house isn't moving for 3 months, you're going to be really upset if that agent that listed your house doesn't communicate with you, right? So I make sure we communicate almost like a couple times a week. We're having those conversations. Nothing's changed, but I'm still going to call you and talk to you because you don't want to get your house listed and then it takes so long to sell and you got crickets from your agent. That doesn't make you feel great. She may not sell this house, but I'll tell you right now, I know she'll use me again when it's time because of my communication with her and my try and my just discussion, even though she never wanted to lower it. Nothing's changed because you haven't lowered the house. That's the answer. But it's okay. I'm still here for you. You don't, and I always say you don't have to do it. I'm not telling you to do it. Right. You should do it. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. And I want people to know that they have a choice. They have my support no matter which way they go. because that at the end of the day is important when you have when you have someone who helps you at least make you feel like, oh, it was a good try. I want it to be, if it doesn't work out, I want it to be a good try and you have a good memory, you know, a good experience for what we did for you.
Right. Right.
You get that opportunity. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes we don't sell the houses because they can't sell them. But that doesn't mean she wouldn't refer me to somebody else and she won't consider me when it's time to do it again. You know?
Right. And that's what we're going to see right now, since it's so volatile and since everybody doesn't know which way to go. Like some people want to have a house, they want to get one. And if it's the nicest house in the area, that's great. That's why we're going to see competing bids on that one. And we're seeing that, but not on every home. And I talk to agents all over, ones that even aren't in our collaboration group, all the time, just to get a pulse, just to see if they're seeing the same thing I'm seeing, you know, and they're seeing the same thing. It is just every time there's a rate increase, it just gets quiet. Every time you see more headlines about recession, it gets quiet, and people are cautious right now. They're just being cautious.
Unfortunately, some sellers they think their houses are worth more because of our inflated market. You know, a couple of years ago, my neighbor sold theirs for 50 grand more. We're not there anymore. So we have to have a real conversation and trust your agent. That's the answer.
That's right. That's right. I like that. So, okay, we'll leave it on that. Trust your agent, because I know you have to go. And these are top tips from a top agent. You're consistently helping home sellers and home buyers every month. And how many people how many you have in your group?
I have 22 people in my group, and I'm in 10 states now. So we are collaborating and just seeing what's going on. I'm really military, you know, heavy. If you're moving or relocating military wise, like I videotape, I'll help you. And I've been there, you know, I was a military spouse for 11 years. I've moved so many times. I bought 9 homes myself, like in different states. Like I have done a lot. So I have a lot to offer. And that's what I love to contribute to our collaboration group, because I've done a lot. And if you haven't done, we talked about VAs before, and it's like, what can I do to help? And we just eagerly help each other because it just makes us all look great or look better. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So give your phone number. So if somebody is a buyer or seller in Colorado or has a referral for you, where can they reach you? Or if they're an agent?
I will take really good care of anybody. 719-644-0944. And I'm in Colorado. What now?
What was that again?
Okay, it's 719-644-0944. And I am in Colorado Springs, which is where Fort Carson and Schriever and Air Force Academy and Peterson, like we are heavy military. So if that's somewhere, it's a big, great need, and know that I will take care of those clients and not make them overspend and lose their house. I will help them be happy with the choices they made.
Yeah, definitely. I have total confidence that
I know you do. I know you do. Love you, girl.
Love you too. Thank you.
I'm going to go to my kiddos. Okay.
We'll see you next time, everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.